All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on... a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Adams.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the...
Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Adams.
Yeah, and, you know, he can relax a little bit now. That first one is in the books. It won't be the biggest bucket he makes in his life, but, man, it may be the most memorable.
I think you may be right about that. No matter how many thousands of them he winds up with, he'll never forget that first one.
That's good. Timberwolves leading by 14. Well, the Timberwolves knew that last season would be one not to worry about winning with Coach Flip Saunders. It was more about growing as a team, and you know him. That's one of his specialties.
Yeah, Flip, Kevin's a great teacher, and so to have this young group and show the improvement they did over the course of the season was important. And really, it's mostly just about getting guys used to a system and preparing for what could be a really bright future.
56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Williams launches it. Shot is off. And Minnesota will come the other way. Dishes it to Muhammad. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player. He showed last year he belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Tariq Black comes in for Julius Randle. And it's World Peace in for Young. Williams with a clean look, and it's Williams again missing. Minnesota leading by 17. The drive by Adams, and yes, sir, that one drops.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
A great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
Clarkson with the ball. He's against Miller. That's good. Clarkson's got his second bucket of the night.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you? And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in for Kevin Garnett. Martin's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Adams in for Andre Miller. On the court for Minnesota, Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Pekovic is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Adams in at the 1 spot.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Hibbert with the screen. Clarkson passes to Hibbert. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Pekovic. Outside, Martin. Off target with his 3.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Young with no one around. Can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play the Lakers.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. 2 teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
There's a screen by Williams. Clarkson kicks to Hibbert. He used that pick to perfection. Hibbert's got 6.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Pass to Wiggins. Left side, Adams with the shot. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's now 6 points for Freak. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. The pull-up. The rebound by Young.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Randall dishes to Young. And here we go with Adams running it up the court. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's 19 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Martin, he's still on. Now he is 9 of 10.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
That was Roy Hibbert getting in the way of the defense there.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Minnesota on top, opening up a huge gap. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Emergency evacuation of Staples Center becomes please walk calmly out and away from the facility.
Okay, guys, tremendous work in the first half. These fans haven't had a thing to cheer about. Let's talk about how to keep it going. First of all, a big nod to how well we've taken care of the basketball. We're not taking any unnecessary chances, and that's meant very few turnovers. I will give you credit for your offensive rebounding. You really fought hard to keep possessions alive, and it's paid off. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. I might be resting some guys a bit earlier if we keep up this lead, but I don't want to see us letting down. Let's keep doing what's been working so far.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Really an Robert Sacre, he's checked in. For Hibbert. Tariq Black comes in for Brandon Bass. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Nick Young. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Bryant. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Adams, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ricky Rubio. We've got Robert Sacre, Lewis Williams out there with Russell. Then there's World Peace, and it's Black in at the 4 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And it's World Peace missing. Well, the defense is what did the Lakers season in last year, but their offense struggled at times as well, Clark. They just couldn't count on things night to night.
Well, they were near the bottom of the league in most offensive categories, Kevin. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. The efficiency just wasn't there.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Poked loose. It's stolen by Adams. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Adams has got 8 points.
And with the Lakers and their lack of offense, sometimes teams can hide that by playing good defense, but the Lakers just really didn't have either. A lot of things working against them this past season.
You know, the Lakers often would get in trouble with slow starts to games because of their offense. I mean, at least they forced a league-high 9 overtime games, going 6-3 in those contests, so the offense seemed to come alive late in games.
Lakers were awful in a lot of aspects last season, and their play at home was a major one. Greg, they just couldn't do anything at home, and I think the fans were giving up hope as well.
And given how pricey those Laker tickets are, Kevin, there was a lot to be salty about in Lakerland. So can't be a bottom dweller and charge that much for seats.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Shots good by Williams.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Adams, the pass to Muhammad. Back to Adams from 10 feet out. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
You know, the Lakers were a bottom dweller last year. I mean, their home record was 12-29, guys. That was tied for the 2nd worst mark in the NBA.
And here we go. Muhammad heading to the hoop. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Here's Clarkson. Moves back up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Pekovic with a screen. And the pass to Adams. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Adams has got 7 points for the quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Up the floor. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. 15 points for Freak.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Minnesota's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Adams in at point guard. Tayshaun Prince out there with Bielitsa. Then it's Gorgie Day. And it's Levine in at the 2 guard. Shot clock at 6. And Bielitsa kicks to Levine. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Finding the gaps in the defense and really just slicing and dicing them right now.
It's stolen by Adams. Let's go. The rebound by the Lakers. And here is Brown. Bryant gets a wide open look, and he overshot that one, missing.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
For 3. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And the shot is good.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
Clock at 6. It's Brown on the wing. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Drive by Adams, a baseline J, and again it's Minnesota.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Here's Brown. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice.
Minnesota's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Miller up on top. He's guarded by Williams. Wiggins against Bryant. Wiggins kicks to Adams. Just 5 on the clock. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Greg, a lot of NBA players do play through injury. Last year, for instance, LaMarcus Aldridge played most of the regular season with a thumb injury that required surgery. Mike Conley, Clark Kellogg, we saw in the postseason play with the mask with a facial fracture.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a blanket statement if it's good or bad for guys to do that. You just hope the player heeds the doctor's advice and doesn't do any further damage by playing injury.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Minnesota.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Wiggins. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Williams double team. Russell against Miller. Russell dishes to Hibbert. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
The drive by Adams. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Sacre's shot is off. Adams, the pass to Prince. Williams against Miller. Miller off a pick from Adams. And it's Miller penetrating. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And this broadcast has not ended just yet, as we've got the award-winning Ernie Johnson standing by here for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andrew Wiggins.
They kept feeding him the basketball, and he did not disappoint. For the guys guarding him, it was a long, long night. As he pushed his point totals in the 30s, he got more and more determined. Great effort.
There's no denying Wiggins has almost superhuman athletic ability. But he's not just raw talent, he's got the polish too. And in case you didn't know this little fun fact, he was the first Canadian to win Rookie of the Year. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.